Hey, Forever Beautiful. Thanks for coming back, checking me out, y'all. And this is going to be another story time. Okay. Now, before we get into it, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so that you are privy to every single video that I upload, y'all. Now, y'all see the title. I ain't got to get into that. But we're going to get right into this story. So, I knew somebody sometime, right? Some time ago, long time ago. Matter of fact, I've known several people, but these gonna be different stories. So this particular girl, right? Um, when we met, and she was a cousin of some neighbors that I had, right, years ago, y'all. And I met her, and she was, you like to check people out first, right? And through conversation, she was okay. And then through more conversation, we decided we was gonna be cool. And, we saw each other all the time, then we became neighbors. Okay. Now, we enjoyed ourselves a lot. We hung out all the time, me and her and, several other friends and stuff we had, right? Now, as time goes by, you know, you always want to help your buddies out, and if you need help, you appreciate if they help you out too, right? Anywho, so we were doing like I said, quite a bit together. Maybe going to get something to eat, taking some long drives or whatever. It was always several of us. Now, this girl, you know how you find things out about people, right? And you be like, huh, okay, blah blah blah, whatever. Anywho, you still want to try to help people, and I'm talking about as much as you can. As long as it's within reason, you're gonna help some folks out, right? Now, stuff was getting out of hand at some point, and the bottom line is that she ended up stealing something from me, right? And I'm like, huh. I came back home, and what I was looking for was not there. Now, she wasn't in the house when it happened, but she lived across from us, right? Next door to us. And see, my cousin, he used to leave the what you call it, sunroom windows up all the time. And so clearly, she saw what I gave him and where he put it, right? I know where it's going, and clearly she did too, because she could look through the windows, the sunroom windows, and she saw it. So I came home, and I'm talking to my cousin, and I'm asking him, where's my stuff? Where's my, whatever. And he was like, ain't nobody been here, ain't nobody came. Here I go. What do I want to call her? I'm gonna call her Big Bird. Okay, Big Bird Junior. Okay, and yeah, that's her name. Pissed me off. Anywho, we cannot get in, stay here, y'all. So I'm like, where's my stuff? And she was like, I don't know what you're talking about. Da da da, this, that, and the third. Now, I asked my cousin. I said, did she come over here when I was gone? Because I told you don't let nobody in here, right? And he was like, didn't nobody come over here but her? And I said, I told you don't let nobody in here. And he was like, well, da da da. I don't think she. Listen, I know what I'm talking about. Because how do you think I know she came in here? I mean, come on now. Common sense. But everybody don't use it. And then common sense ain't that common no more. Okay. Anywho, so it was a big thing, blah blah blah, this, that, and the third. Now I'm gonna get off that and I'm gonna move forward. So she thought she was in good shape. She was messing around with her cousin. I mean, her man, her baby daddy's uncle, right? Uncle or cousin? Cousin, I think. Anywho, he was an older guy. But anywho, so um, that was bogus. What you did to me was bogus. And I guess she thought karma wasn't coming back to her. So let me tell you how that went. The cousin that she was cheating with, right? She ended up moving out from over there, got her own place, and the man was taking care of her bills, paying her a little bit of rent. It wasn't that much. Paying her rent, her bills, giving her money, and all kinds of stuff, right? Do you know she ended up losing that place? Now, this could have went a couple different ways. We don't know if he said, nope, I'm done with you. Maybe they fell out. Maybe he was over it. I don't know. But however and whatever, she ended up losing that place. I'm talking about he furnished it for her and everything. It was nice. Karma knows where you at, knows where you live, where you work, where you gonna be, all of that. Where you going to, where you coming from. Karma always know she watching. So at that point, you thought you were somewhere at some point, right? In your life, throughout friendships, family shifts, relationships, whatever it is, you always thought you were somewhere until your wings got clipped, okay? Just flying high on every single level from every single angle. Okay, you was flying super high for a while now, but now your wings have been clipped. Okay, it's too much. It is way too much. You ain't got to be like that. Okay, because you was wrong on so many levels. I don't know how you thought that was gonna work in your favor, but it did not. Okay, let me move on. Let me move on to something else. So I knew, I know a lot of folks, y'all, a lot of folks. So I knew somebody one time, okay? And growing up, they were good. They were pretty good, and everybody was, and everybody was family. Y'all know how that neighborhood stuff go, especially on your block over, a couple blocks, whatever it is, whatever radius, okay? So anywho, and everybody pretty much was doing pretty good. We are kids, we doing pretty good because we don't want to do nothing but hang out with our buddies, go to the stores, to the game rooms, and anything fun. That's all we want to do. So now we're growing. We ain't little kids no more. We're growing, and at some point, even past like the high school years, this guy, he became so important all of a sudden. And it's like, people doing their own thing, but people grow. Of course, they have friends outside of their friends. I'm not saying that you shouldn't or you couldn't, but I'm talking about started looking better and dressing better, and I'm talking about just thought he was so much more than somebody else. And I'm looking like, I said, I guess this is where it starts at, right? so, yeah, he was all over the place at this point, and he was doing some things that he shouldn't have, which we've all been there, but a completely different level, and he just thought it was everything. The girls was on him, he was meeting folks other places and buddies' houses, wherever he was hanging out, right? And he thought he was just everything. He was so much on his. Now he on his high horse, right? I'm talking about everybody should evolve, everybody should progress in their life. So he should have been going upward, right? But this was on a different level, And oh yeah, he became everything. He was everything to himself. This was self-proclaimed. Anywho, and nice looking, dressed nice, and all of this, but when you start almost pushing people away from you, like you don't have time for this because I don't know, maybe that person has not grown as much as or as quick as others. That don't make it right or wrong. I'm just saying. And oh yeah, he would put his neighborhood buddies down. He ain't nowhere near the neighborhood now. They moved now. And so you becoming friends with people in that neighborhood, and some people was feeling some kind of way. So anywho, um, yeah, they didn't appreciate that at all. And then you hear about it all the time. It's like y'all ain't over this yet. You know, that's how it goes. When people move, they're gonna come back to the neighborhood at first because they're missing their neighborhood, their area, their families, whatever it is. And it was a lot. It was a lot. So those people didn't appreciate him at all. And I'm like, oh, we honey, because I had bigger fish to fry. I ain't concerned with that. That's minor. That's petty. But it wasn't to them. Okay. Anywho, so he got so high on this horse. I'm talking about he just kept going and going and going. He didn't know he was putting himself in a hole. So at some point, he got into a little bit of trouble, blah, 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 this, that, and the third. But his buddies that he was hanging out with, his new buddies in his new area, his new neighborhood, right? Now, these your boys. How come they can't help you out? How come they can't fix this? Because at some point you thought they could. You talked about them all the time. But you would never. I ain't even going there. I ain't even going to say that part. But anyway, yeah. Where are they? Weren't you hanging out with them when you got in trouble? Did you call them? What did they say? I would love to know the answer. But I wasn't mad about it either way. People grow. People mature. And they going to do whatever it is that they choose in whichever area they going to do it in. Ain't nothing you can do about it. Okay? But one thing I know, his wings had to get clipped at some point or another. He just cannot believe that you do nonsense and that it's not coming back to you. It's always going to come back to you. Okay? It's going to come back just like it's going to come back to anybody else. Okay? It ain't just one person or another. It's all of us. So depending on what you put out, it's going to determine what you get back. I'm just saying. It's all simple math to me. The math is mathing. Okay? Anywho, but yeah. He was just too high. He was flying too high. No, he was riding high. We did the flying high already. He was riding high. But your wings have been clipped. Okay? I'm just saying. Anywho, y'all. Yeah. I think that was pretty good. Where we at? 13 minutes. That ain't bad, I could keep going, but I want to do another one. All right. So I'm going to have to kill this one and edit this. And then I'm going to do a second one after this. Okay. So y'all are in for a double upload. Okay. I'll see y'all for the next story time. Bye.